Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to do another student loan update, and I usually shoot these things towards the middle of the month because that's when one of my student loans have their auto debit kick in. But anyway, if you are new to the channel, my name is Dredd and I post personal finance and dividend investing videos, and currently I am documenting my journey in paying off my student loans. So if you're interested in seeing how everything unfolds, or you just want to show your support, then subscribe, hit the like button, and also share this video. Now with that out of the way, let's get back to the main thing. Alright, so let's not waste any time right here. As you can see, we are on the dashboard of Sallie Mae. And if you see here on the main screen, there are no payments due for this month already because I've already hit the threshold for kind of like paying the due amount basically. But anyway, if you look over here at the view, 6207 is 0, 4245 is 0, and we have right here 6489 with the final student loan that I have with $2,720. Now the last video that I made, I think I was around 3,300 ish. That's the amount that I had left on Sallie Mae, and we kind of like reduced that down because I've been consistently paying it every week now. If we go over to the loan details right here, as you can see, the last payment made was $125, which is the usual payment that I make, and it was made on the 11th, which is the auto debit date that usually happens on my account. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't actually make another manual payment, and it's because I only do manual payments every Sunday. But if my auto debit falls on a Thursday onwards, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, then I wouldn't make any payments anymore because that would make a double payment, or to me it's too soon, but 11th fell on a Thursday, so I didn't make any payments at all. So now let's go over here to the dashboard again and look at the activities. And as for right now, I've made like manual payments at least like 3 times, or let's just say like 2 actually. I only made 2 manual payments because the one over here on January 24th, this was already done like the last update video, and it didn't really kick in, like the changes didn't really happen until like 2 or 3 days afterwards when the payment was processed. Now in this case, as you can see, the payments happen on the 24th, on the 31st of January, and then also on the 7th of this month, February, and that totals to like $375. And with the auto debit, as you can see right over here, we have $125 as well. That totals to amount of like $400. And the next week again, I'm going to be finally making a manual payment, and that will go over like to like $500. And by the end of February will be around $600 already. And as you can see right here, the accrued interest is only $2.99 since my last manual payment, which was also $125. And what I really like seeing here, as I always say in these videos that I make, is that I like seeing the accrued interest going smaller and smaller. But if you actually notice right here, on the 24th, the interest accrued was around $5.90, but then when we made the payment on the 31st, now the accrued interest was around $5.68. So you see that we actually saw a reduction of 22 cents in the interest that we've accrued. And same goes for February 7th, which was now around $5.46. That's also like at least 22 cents in a reduction. Now I'm not sure how it's going to be on the next one that I'm going to make a manual payment, because like as you can see here, the accrued interest has changed because there's like only a small difference, like around 4 days from the time that I made a manual payment on the 7th and on the auto debit for the 11th. So it will most likely change again when I do my weekly payment next week. And that's pretty much it for Sallie Mae. There are no double payments that I mistakenly made, for last week. So that's great news even for me. And the progress so far with Sallie Mae has been very consistent. We've seen, like I've always been saying, that the interest accruals have been going down. And all I should be really focusing on right now is continue tackling that student loan until it reaches 0. Okay, so moving on to my College Avenue loans. The last time that I checked it, it was around $2,987 left there. I've always been consistently paying at least $15 every week to that loan. So there you go. At least I'm making like $60 to $75 every month to that one, kind of like reducing it. Of course, before, the College Avenue loans was actually the smaller one compared to my Sallie Mae student loans, but since I've been tackling Sallie Mae with like at least $125 every week, the reduction basically is a lot faster compared to College Avenue, which is mathematically it makes sense, you know. But anyway, with my federal student loans, the last time I checked it, it was around $11,493. There's not a lot of you know, big changes to either of the two student loans, because I'm not really focusing on that yet. I'm still in the zone of finishing Sallie Mae so that I can move on to College Avenue and then move on to my federal student loans. Basically, it's my hybrid debt snowball slash debt avalanche strategy for paying off my student loans. And there you go, that is the update for my entire student loans. And for this part, I would just want to talk a little bit about the student loan news that we've been hearing recently, or you know, if you guys actually look at news or just like read through articles about student loans, then you know what, then that's good for you, because that will help you become more knowledgeable and be well equipped in tackling your student loans moving forward. So by now, you should have at least heard about the cancellation of student debt as proposed by Biden and a lot of his you know, party members, you know, the Democrats and all that stuff. I really don't care much about the government, so I apologize if I don't use the right terms or anything like that. But anyway, you know, there has been talks about canceling student loan debt in varying amounts. Okay, there's a proposal for around $10,000. There's also a proposal for $50,000, and then there's also a proposal for canceling all student loans that a lot of borrowers have. So that's pretty crazy, right? Now, canceling student debt can be a great idea because it might help with the economic issues that America is facing right now. With the free up of cash, a lot of people can now use that cash to spend more on necessities or other stuff that could help boost the economy. However, just because that we are able to free up cash from the cancellation of student debt, no more burdens for, you know, student loan borrowers, doesn't mean that it can guarantee that there will be any changes to how people actually spend their money. Because while there are a lot of Americans right now struggling to pay off their student loans, there are also those who are actually made the responsible move to keep paying their student loans. Now, people are talking about why they should be canceling the student loans when there are actually people who are responsibly paying off their student loans year after year, month after month, you know, day after day, which actually holds sense, because you know, why would you actually be paying off your student loans when there are talks about canceling student debt? So there is really no point, right? But then again, like, it really depends on you, because there are no right answers. It really depends on your situation. What do you really feel comfortable about? Do you want to pay your student loans right now and get that out of the way, no more stress for you, no more debt? Or do you want to wait for something that might not actually be what you expect it to be and kind of like hope for the best, you know? So that really depends on you. I'm not saying that there is actually a good answer or a bad answer, but for me, I would be totally okay if there was at least like a little bit of cancellation. I actually don't agree with like fully canceling entire student loans, because here's the thing with debt, it actually helps you become more responsible, okay? Because it is a liability. If you are very good with money, or if you're trying to be good with money, you will learn that debt is not always bad, okay? Debt can be good as well. It can buy you investments or assets that actually bear more assets to you, or it can actually degrade you even further financially. But the thing about debt to me is that it will teach you how to become responsible with your money. So I think that's just my personal opinion when it comes to like student loans. I don't want it to be entirely canceled. I just want at least a little bit of those amount to be canceled, just to kind of like, you know what, hey, this is actually good, you know, at least some of it has been forgiven or canceled, and I can use some of that cash to actually put it in something else, probably in investing more into the stock market, get more dividends, or maybe using it to fund another business or something like that. The possibilities are limitless, but the point here is that you have to be really responsible with your money. You know, if you are taking in debt, make sure that you know that you are going to be taking in debt, and that will become a responsibility that you have to carry on until you actually pay it off. But anyway, that's my rant. You know, thank you so much for watching, guys. That is my student loan progress as well, and that is some student loan news that I can give you. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video as well to any of your friends. And if you are on Instagram, add me at Daily Dredd. We can chat there, we can post, we can share some ideas as well, and also comment down below if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, or if you have any opinions regarding the cancellation of student loan debt here in the US. Now, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.